Hey everybody, welcome. It's infinite regression time. Yeah, that's right. We all end up here from time to time. This is the lost luggage of the great beyond. Anyway, or whatever. Uh anyway, I got to spin this wheel. You already know what game it is, but I don't know yet. I haven't found out. I'm going to spin this wheel and find out. Ooh, please be something terrible. Just kidding. My name is you. That doesn't. I don't know what that is. Anyway, well, remove it. And give me a second. I'll get it installed and I'll be back when it's ready to play. So, my name is you. As with all good games, you can't even buy this one anymore. That's how you know it's good, is that it's no longer for sale. Yeah, that's the sign of goodness. Anyway, no, but for real, you can't even buy it. It's not on Steam anymore. So I have it. Be jealous. It looks like, I don't know. I have no idea, but I think it's gonna be survival horror, and I'm gonna try not to judge it too hard on that. But I don't like survival horror as a genre. I'm sorry. Sorry, all you survival horror people. Ooh. Yeah, let's choose English. Okay. Nikita Koff. It may seem that the story of you... Oh, it's got voice acting. I was going to read this, but now I don't have to.
The more stories you pass through, the more likely you will be to piece it into one whole picture. Use every possible opportunity. The truth is somewhere close.
There's a cigarette burn here just a second. Yeah, there's another one. My name is you, and it's the only unusual thing in my life. Okay, new story.
I suppose I will start at the very beginning.
This is very interesting so far. Yeah, do.
Chapter 1.
Chapter 1. I have to click.
Once upon a time, there lived you.
Oh, is this going to be a visual novel?
Despite his unusual name, his life was hardly any different from others. It was an unusually usual day when he was getting ready to go to work.
I wonder if this was translated from Russian, because so far it's pretty darn coherent, which is not always the way.
He was used to working at night, just as he was used to never having days off.
Indeed. How do I see, like,
Morning,
does
the
this show
buttons on his
progress
shirt
at all?
were fastened faster than usual.
That's very suspicious.
This was not by chance. The tear-off calendar boldly declared Friday, April 3rd.
Oh, crap. Friday, April 3rd. No. No. I thought that day would never come.
It reminded him that there were only 3 work days before his holiday, and there was no room for mistakes.
Yeah, you right. Gotta be ready for that holiday.
His room in a communal apartment was not very big, so it did not take him long to pack.
Indeed.
Having got dressed, he quietly
Okay,
walked
that's a
past
lot
the
of
different
cigarette
rooms
burns.
into
How
the
short are these reels?
Somebody was snoring loudly in the furthest room, which caused him to smile for some
Oh, wait.
reason.
That's me adding sound effects for ambiance. Anyway. Caused you to smile for some
He
reason.
walked up to the front door and accidentally stepped on a pile of letters. Picking up the envelopes, he saw his name on one of them. You automatically put it in his pocket and walked out. The thought
Indeed.
that next Sunday, a huge stone would be removed from the entrance to the crypt of his existence by the power of labor legislation kept you going.
Labor legislation. Okay. Oh, I get choices. Let's read the letter.
Glancing at the address line, a chill went through Yu's body for a split second. From Darina.
Oh no. Not Darina.
Yu was confused by the seal on the envelope, indicating the place of departure. No leave grad.
No leave grad. But that's the place that you can never leave.
Is she really coming back to Cannot? Yu wondered.
Really coming back to cannot? This alright. Okay.
Dear Yu, my doctor's suspicions are confirmed. I have the same disease that struck you.
Dear you.
I thought it over.
Hey, doctor,
and
I'm a
decided
girl
that we
now.
need to break up.
I put a towel on
It
my
would
head
seem
and
that
now I'm
things
a
like
girl.
that should bring
Boo
people
boo boo
closer,
boo.
but it would be unfair to myself. We can have our last date on the morning of April 3rd in the Seafront Cafe. And then I will leave Cannot and go abroad.
Oh no. Oh my.
He felt dizzy.
Darina's not gonna like that. He's feeling up dizzy. He a cheater. What? Go to work or go to the cafe? I mean, I should go to work, but screw those guys. I'm going to the cafe.
Although you suffered from excessive hypochondria, he really had an incurable illness.
It's called a brain cloud. Incurable. Might as well jump into a volcano.
He clearly remembered the day when he heard the diagnosis. Since that moment, he stopped counting new birthmarks on his body.
Okay, they would be marks, not new birthmarks, because birthmarks are a very specific thing. You know, birthmarks you get from birth. And so if they're new, and he's not being born again all the time, and I don't mean born again like, oh Jesus, make me not be a sinner like I was yesterday, and make me completely whole again. Come on, Jizo, you do that. You're into that. Come on. You know, the way that you get born again. Yeah, this is not like that. It can't be birthmarks if they're new. Sorry.
He seemed shaken up after reading the letter, but not surprised. He tried to squeeze out a tear to see if he was still capable of showing emotions.
Ooh, I know what that'd be like. Yeah,
Alas,
I've been there.
he just welled up a little.
No, dear. Am I ruining it with
You
my
decided
not
that
taking
was
it
because he
that
had drunk a
seriously?
large amount of coffee,
I'm
which
sorry.
dehydrated his
Like,
already dried up body.
it's a weird story. Like, it's weird. And this is like all there is.
Approaching the seafront, he tried to spot Darina.
I did try to
It
spot
did not take
Darina.
him long to find her. There she was, at the cafe table. She probably had no clue how much he appreciated her starting the conversation.
Yeah, she probably had no clue. None whatsoever. Except for the fact that she's leaving forever, so she probably has some idea. I don't know.
Usually, you are late.
Usually, you're late. I have a towel on my head. Dot, dot, dot. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Yeah, it's a visual novel.
I am tired.
I
hope
am
you
tired.
understand me.
I hope you understand me. I do. I do.
But he did not. Having overcome his anxiety, he squeezed out a handful of words.
I'm gonna agree. She should go. She got.
He seemed to be ready for such an outcome and did not hold a grudge against her.
Of course not. She's gonna go anyway.
Nodding
This
goodbye to
already
her, Yu hurried to work.
seems like one of those things.
He was almost there when he saw his boss enter the office building. He took it as his personal failure, although his watch showed that he
Okay,
still had some
this is some
minutes.
bull crap. Okay, this is why labor movements exist. Look, you do not exist to serve the company. The company exists to serve you. And when I say you, I mean like you the person, not you the character in the story. That would be stupid. Uh but yeah, like this whole thing about like workers build your entire life around the company. Like what are you, teachers? Teachers. There's a bunch of people who don't know what's what. Right? My fellow teacher. Is true. Is
Yu
a
had barely got into
glint
the
of
office
recognition in
when he
that.
noticed two male silhouettes behind him.
Ooh,
turned
two
around
male
and
silhouettes
saw his
behind him.
boss
Are they
and a man he
kissing?
had never
Are they
seen
gonna
before,
kiss?
a little further away.
Okay, is the man handsome? And are they gonna kiss?
To avoid unnecessary explanations, Yu took a badge from his table and pointed to it.
Is this for me?
Yes, despite the fact that there was no
Yes.
live communication with clients, the work charter required to wear a name tag, probably to remember your name.
Probably. Except for my name is you. I
Wow, that's
heard
a
that
very
lack of
unusual name.
pop
Nice to meet you.
filter. The P's were very percussive. Sorry, I do have a pop filter, but I'm trying very hard to bypass it. Wow, that's a very unusual name. Nice to meet you. You? Oh, God. I just imagine if your name was you and people are like, nice to meet you. You. Nice to meet you. Oh, my God. Like, because here's the thing is that, like, there are Chinese people whose first name is Yu. Like, why you? It's a name that people can have. And so, like, yeah, that's got to not be fun. Who are you? I'm you. Like, what? This just immediately turns into an Abbott and Costello routine. I'm me. You're you. Exactly. That's what I said. No, you said you're me. No, I said I'm you. Like, what? Third base. Anyway, regardless. Yeah, me and you got to third base. That's, yeah, good for them. Good for them. You know what I'm saying? It's been, and us, yeah. Ooh, yeah. Us was there. Yeah. Us likes to watch. Anyway, regardless, that's, you made it creepy. You made it creepy when you invited us. This is the worst Abbott and Costello routine ever. Jeez.
An awkward pause hung in the air. The boss standing behind Frank frowned and cast a reproachful glance at Yu.
Ugh. Reproachful.
Frank is our security guard starting today.
Okay, well, that sounds great.
Who? We have nothing to.
Don't say that to the
Security guard.
boss.
Some of my important documents are missing.
Oh, yeah, the one that I wrote that told you to crawl up your own butt and die. Is that one missing? Did you miss that one? Have you checked your butthole? Skid up, bot up. Yeah, definitely look up that song. Look up the Have You Checked Your Butthole song. Highly recommended. Anyway.
There are only two of us. What kind of documents?
There are only two of us? okay. This story is weird, but not in the right ways. The parts that are weird are like, what? Why would that be a thing? Anyway.
That I cannot tell you.
That I cannot tell you.
You mean you suspect me?
Yes, of course.
No, I do not.
What? That makes no sense. There's two of us. Your documents are missing. Where the crap else would they be? I clearly stole them. I mean, you stole them. That's right. You stole all the documents.
Eliminating any opportunity to continue the conversation, the boss turned around and went into his office.
Okay, good, because that was getting weird.
The room plunged into silence. You got down to some clerical work.
Oh, I get down to some clerical work. Yeah, that's right. Put on some freaking James Brown. I'm like, I'm all ready to do my thing, like a sex machine / clerk. Like a sex machine, the secretary. Oh my God, that's why we keep my wife around. Secretary. That's fucking good. Sorry, freaking good language. No, it is. It's a good pun. I like everything about it. Didn't you? Where did you get secretary? That has to be your brain. I've literally never heard that, and I pride myself on hearing such things. Yeah, if you've heard secretary, leave it in the comments and tell me the name of your older cousin who says awesome things. He's the one who told you about Richard Gere and the hamster butthole. Butthole hamster, not hamster butthole. Richard Gere did not put himself into a hamster's butthole. It was t'other way round. That would have made front page news. Famed actor Richard Gere. You know, the one from that Julia Roberts movie where she plays a prostitute. Yeah, anyway, he put himself in a hamster's butthole. Why is my commentary so much better than this story? I'm not even firing on all cylinders. This is not even my final form, and yet is better.
You was sitting at his sturdy desk, imagining again and again how the shelves, stocked with books
on jurisprudence, would
break loose due to their own weight from pliable concrete and break his head.
Oh, God, if only. This is just chapter 1 of this story.
You took his diary from his table drawer.
It's a visual novel, so I have choices, but the visual is not very much. Most of the time, it's like me staring at the black and white photo of the Shroud of Turin. Anyway, and guess what? I don't see Jesus' face in it. Oh, how you feel about that? You probably don't care. The Shroud of Turin. Who gives a crap about the Shroud of Turin? Who? I've got a kitty here that just told me she doesn't give 2 craps about it, and she gives 2 craps about most things most days. So, you know.
I never took a plate of soup at school lunches, even when I really wanted to. I was afraid to spill it in front of everyone, but I could put it on the table, which seems to be my life's pattern.
Ugh.
Feeling some satisfaction from writing that, he resumed work.
I did not feel satisfaction from reading that. Come on.
There was a rustle of the janitor's broom.
I'm gonna.
Birds outside the window.
How could there be a janitor? There are only 2 of us.
Clock, you thought? Chapter 2.
Oh, we're in chapter 2 already? Well, for frick's sake, I made what, like 3 decisions that whole time, and I'm just staring at the Shroud of Turin this whole time. I wonder I wonder why. Okay, I'm gonna put a pause in it right there. I'm gonna exit. Um, and yeah, let's see how many. It doesn't tell us how many there are total. Voice on and off, sounds on and off, but like, my name is you, and it's the only unusual thing in my life. Like, uh, I don't really like. Bleh. These are probably all spoilers and stuff, but they're all in Russian. And like Tenuinha. Yeah, I just like apparently a lot of people have played this. Apparently. And like there would be, you know, reviews for it and everything, except for it is no longer on the Steam store for whatever reason. Anyway, yeah, I don't know, like, give me a sec. I'll put a final score on it. Okay, before I launch into the review of this game, I just have to say, like, occasionally I'm going to be reviewing games that are not from genres that I care about. And I will tell you, many is the time where I will be looking at a game. This happens all the time. I'll be looking at a game and I'll be thinking like, oh, that looks interesting. Like I read the synopsis, what it's about, and I look and it's like, you know, anime type characters and whatnot, and I'm like, huh, interesting. I might want to get this. And then I see visual novel and I'm like, all right, all of a sudden I do not care how good it is. I am out. Uh, I don't do visual novels. I do freaking novels. I do like actual novels. And the older, the better. Yeah, like give me something from the 1800s, the 1700s, dare I say it, the 1600s. Can I hear a 1500s? I mean, granted, I have to read a modernized version of the text in some cases, but you know, I can handle it for the most part, probably. I mean, anyway, no, but I read old frick novels. That's part of like is kind of who I am as a human. Anyway, and so like the graphic novels or not graphic novels. I'll read graphic novels, frick. Like, do you have any idea how upset I am that people are banning Mouse? I've been trying to get people to read Mouse for freaking ever. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, it's one of the greatest books ever written. And people are like, really? And I'm like, yes, yes. And I tell them what it's about. And they're like, that sounds interesting. And I'm like, it's beyond interesting. It's like, you ever like read something and you're like, this feels important. Like you can feel the weight of the historical importance bearing down upon you that you're like, no, no, it will have been important for me to have read this in the future because not only will I get all of the references to it and be able to hold intelligent conversations with other people about it, but like I will probably be a better person for having seen this, you know, like heavy, right? Like when you're reading Candide for the first time, honestly, for reals, it just has that sort of weight. And anyway, people want to ban it and stuff, and it makes me angry. So yeah, novels, yes. Graphic novels, yes. Freaking visual novels that you click through in video game form and occasionally make a choice that may or may not matter all that much. I still got to work on time for the most part. Like, I mostly got to work on time. And so everything I did that morning, I was kind of hoping, like I was kind of trying to make choices that would affect the story in some way and like really get things happening. Cause I was like, work schmirk, let's not hurry. Let's just read the letter and go meet the girl and do all the things. Yeah. And it didn't matter. Like, ultimately, it did not matter. I had three choices, and they didn't seem to do much of anything. So, I mean, granted, like, people who are all about visual novels are going to be like, well, you only played like 20 minutes of it, so how much could you expect to learn? First of all, plenty. I learned that, like, most of the freaking visual portion of this novel is me staring at the Shroud of Turin and an old-timey font and cigarette burns popping up way more frequently than they should, because a cigarette burn, as we all learned from Fight Club, indicates a real change. And unless you're running really, really short reels, you shouldn't have that many reel changes. It bothers me. Like, that kind of stuff bothers me. I'm sorry that it does. It does. And I wasn't really enjoying the story, and I couldn't really take it seriously, and I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Like, it obviously doesn't completely suck, but it's not my cup of tea at all. So, yeah, here's the final score, and just feel about this however you want. 3 out of a possible 7 copies of Bright Lights Big City. I was kicking back and forth as to why I would explain that, and all I'm going to say is, if you have read this book, then you definitely know why this is funny. It's funny to me. Might not be funny to you, but it's funny to me. Anyway, hey, ladies and gentlemen, they're not all going to be winners, but yeah, at least we know that. That is it for this one, ladies and gents. I will see you in the next one. Okay, bye.